stars. Excuse me. I woke up hyperventilating, disoriented.
You all right?
Flashes of nightmares I can't fully remember. Leslie?
Come back to me!
What if Come Back to Me wasn't the hero, but the villain all along? This recap is about to start a war in the comments. The film begins with a frightened Dale, whose father was a drug addict and would routinely torture his wife after getting drunk. This cycle of abuse was still ongoing in their home, and Dale was terrified as he listened to his mother's screams. When he opened the door and tried to help her, he saw his mother, soaked in blood, desperately asking Dale to call for help. Dale quickly called the police, and when they arrived, his father was killed in a police encounter as he attempted to flee. The police officer who entered the room to rescue Dale's mother was horrified by the sight of her bloodied body and began to vomit. The police assumed she was dead, but when Dale entered the room, his mother's body suddenly came back to life. It was nothing short of a miracle that she survived in such a critical condition. Years passed, and the scene shifts to a girl named Sarah who is visiting her neighbor along with her husband. The neighbor is none other than Dale, who now lives alone. Dale looks at Sarah with strange eyes and says, "I think we've met before," but Sarah doesn't recall anything like that. We then learn that 3 months ago, Sarah survived a severe accident that nearly took her life. This experience changed her perspective, making her more determined to live fully and have children. However, her husband thought it was not the right time to start a family point one day. While shopping, Sarah notices that Dale works at the store. Upon seeing her, Dale abandons his work and rushes to help her, even loading her luggage into the car. That night, he visits her house to return the plates that Sarah had brought cookies earlier. After handing them over, Dale leaves. Later, Sarah records something and goes to sleep. The next morning, Sarah wakes up from a disturbing nightmare and notices that her clothes have been changed. Her husband, Josh, was also not home that night. Feeling increasingly anxious, she asks him what happened the previous night. Concerned about her deteriorating mental state, she visits a doctor who reassures her that her symptoms might be due to lingering trauma from the accident. The doctor admits to experiencing similar episodes in the past, involving lost time, strange thoughts, and sleepwalking. The doctor suggests that Sarah might have changed her clothes while sleepwalking. Returning home, Sarah feels slightly relaxed until she finds her blood-stained clothes in the laundry. Over the next several days, she continues to experience strange occurrences, waking up to find her clothes changed and smelling of detergent, as if she had been cleaning all night. During this period, her husband, Josh, remains absent, adding to her isolation. Meanwhile, Josh is undergoing medical tests, and the results are not favorable point one day. While spending time at home, Sarah is working on some assignments when she hears a disturbing recording that includes her screams and a man's voice. Terrified, she rushes to find Josh, only to discover him dead with a plastic sheet wrapped around his head. Before she can react, someone drags her away, and Sarah wakes up suddenly, realizing it was just another nightmare. 2 weeks pass, and Sarah's paranoia only deepens. She tells her doctor about a cracked phone and a scar on her head that mysteriously disappeared. The doctor is alarmed, but Josh believes that Sarah is overly stressed and takes her on vacation. During the 7-day stay at a hotel, Sarah feels normal and free from her disturbing dreams. After returning home, Sarah notices she has become increasingly weak and dizzy. She runs into Dale, who inquires awkwardly about her whereabouts during the vacation, as though he were her husband instead of Josh. Feeling uneasy, Sarah decides to sneak into Dale's house. Inside, she finds the house in disarray, with shelves filled only with her favorite cookies and popcorn. On the table, there are eerie photos of Dale's mother, each with strange notes written on the back. Nearby, Sarah discovers a box filled with keys and realizes that Dale might have duplicated her house keys. The box also contains photos of dead women, including one of Sarah, clearly indicating that she was dead. Before Sarah can leave, Dale returns home and finds her there. Enraged, he grabs a hammer and lunges at her. Just then, Sarah woke up again, realizing it was yet another nightmare. Sarah calls the doctor to her house, and the doctor also notices something odd. Despite Sarah's claims that she left the house, Dale insists she did not. Confused, Sarah installs a CCTV camera in her room and asks the doctor and her dog to stay over for the night. That night, the dog starts barking, sensing someone in the house. The doctor goes downstairs to investigate and is horrified to find her dog stabbed. She screams, alerting Sarah, but before Sarah can react, she finds the doctor brutally murdered. Sarah then wakes up, realizing it was another nightmare. But the doctor reveals that she had the same dream that night, and her dog is now missing. Later, the doctor goes into labor and delivers a baby boy, but the child bears no resemblance to her fiancé. Returning home, Sarah decides to check the CCTV footage. What she discovers shocks her. The footage clearly shows Dale entering her house, tying her up, and abusing her before strangling her to death. Yet, she somehow survived. Sarah rushes to the doctor and shows her the footage. They then research Dale and uncover the dark past point 12 years ago. After Dale's mother, Eileen, was declared dead, Dale blew air into her mouth, bringing her back to life. Since then, he has been using this superpower to abuse and kill women, only to revive them afterward. Sarah visits Eileen in the mental asylum, who reveals that Dale has been abusing women and bringing them back to life repeatedly. Eileen urges Sarah to end Dale's reign of terror once and for all. Armed with a gun, Sarah waits for Dale. When the door opens, she shoots, only to discover it was Josh, whom Dale had disguised to look like himself. Devastated, Sarah decides to use Dale's power against him. She kisses Dale, taking his breath, and uses it to bring Josh back to life. Furious, Dale attacks, but Sarah shoots him dead as Dale dies. All the people he had revived begin to die as well, including Sarah, Josh, Eileen, and the doctor. The only one left alive is the doctor's baby boy, who is revealed to be Dale's son. The movie ends with a haunting scene of the baby, hinting that the cycle of evil might continue. Got a better theory? Drop it in the comments. The best take it to shout out in our next video. Thanks for watching.